Hi, it's Chris Diamond, the founder of DoubleTimeToday.com, and I'd like to share with you 6 different ways you're trying to ruin or doom your home-based business. And this is not done intentionally, but simply we don't even know that we're doing it. That's why I'm going to share with you those 6 different ways of doing the wrong things that are preventing you from the success you want. To work from home is quite a new tendency. We get a website, perhaps we get signed up with article submission services, press releases, video sharing sites, social media sites like Facebook, Twitter to promote things, and simply we decide to work from home. Because we all hear those great stories people share and other successes people make online, often it is too good to be true, but we see and hear all this stuff over and over again. So eventually we decide to start a business online, and if you are a true believer in making some fortune online, or just you try to pay the bills that are coming along the way every month without having to work for someone else, or if you're just staying at home for a variety of reasons and you want to do something better with your life, regardless of your situation, those 6 mistakes I'm about to share with you are moving you away from the success you want and actually are preventing you from getting the results you want out of your business. Since we didn't know better, we had a job before and a boss who was watching us, what we were doing. And as you start a business from home, there's nobody that is watching you to see if you're going into the right direction and to get the job done. So we have to really train ourselves to become our own boss, because this is what entitles to start and grow your online business. Having that said, let me share with you those 6 ways that you're currently doing or you're about to do to doom your home-based business. Number 1, you get easily sidetracked by the next shiny idea or piece of information. Now, that's quite an overwhelming tendency that is allowing us to go off on tangents and not completing current projects simply because we either start a new one or completely neglecting the current project in the first place. The danger of this is that if you don't finish your current project and go to the next one, you're simply losing everything that you worked for in the last couple of months or even years in your initial project. You lost the time and the money along the way to get that initial project in the first place. Number 2, you expect instant results. Sure, you can create a website today in 5 minutes just by having the right tools to do it, but in reality, to get things going takes a longer time. For example, if you get a new website, there's no traffic in it. You start from the zero, no exposure, nobody knows you, nobody likes you yet, nobody trusts you yet. That is the default state that we're in as we get started. Oftentimes, we don't see certain results and we get discouraged very easily. Let me tell you, if you have a persistence in what you are doing that is 10 minutes longer than everybody else in whatever you're trying to accomplish, you get far better than your competitors because you're stuck with it. Number 3, doing too much of a research. Of course, we have to examine the market we're trying to target and the target audience depending on your business and make sure that you're on the right track. But in reality, you don't know if you're on the right track unless you are in it. Most people get caught up in doing things, making sure everything is perfect before they launch something, like a task, like a product launch or whatever. This wastes a tremendous amount of time because often what we thought it was perfect for us, actually it doesn't perform that well. So all this time is lost to make those things better before they are actually tested, to get some data and some results out of it. There's no way of knowing if you're on the right track. Let me give you an example. Automobile manufacturers doesn't test the suspension by the car by looking at it and say, it looks perfect. No, they make tests and see if the suspension is stable and safe before they put it into the marketplace. In this way, they know if the suspension is quote-unquote perfect. There's really no way of knowing if that's going to work if there are no tests performed. Number 4, we get easily distracted by the people around us. When you're trying to start something new, like an online business, working from home, and the people in your environment or your social circle, so to speak, are not going to like it. That's because they don't know anything about working on the internet, and perhaps they all think that it's all type of a scam, trying to ripping people off because they all hear all those messages that are promising the world, and you can get very easily shut down by those people who you like and trust. And of course they don't do this intentionally, they just want to protect you from the unknown. However, they don't know if the unknown is a good or a bad thing. If you have a clearly defined goal, stick to it no matter what others are telling you about it. There is a very interesting quote from George Bernard Shaw, and it goes like this: people who say it cannot be done should not interrupt those who are already doing it. Number 5. We refuse to invest the time, sometimes money, in doing the work. This is related more or less to number 2, expecting instant results. And we simply stop or quit before we reach a point of no return. When we get busy all the time with things that we pay off the bills with, like emergencies that are stealing our attention, the home business projects are often get neglected for a while because we don't see results from them right away. So we simply don't put the internet project as a priority, and oftentimes there's no time left to do it. Often we get tired and overwhelmed by the zillions of things that are happening around us at the same time. So we postpone the project for later. We simply say to ourselves, well, okay, it can be done tomorrow, the same task. It can be done next week, perhaps I'll do it next month, it's not a big of a deal. Time passes by and we actually forget to work on it later. Number 6. Laziness and self-doubt. That's a big one. It is easier to sit down on the couch, eat popcorns and watch TV and read today's newspaper. However, it takes a certain amount of confidence in yourself to work on your project. It is a mind game. It is all about what you think about yourself, in having a sustainable self-image of yourself that is related to the success of your current project. If you think that we cannot do it, or if you're not good enough, or if it's not too easy to do it, our mind is going to find reasons to believe that. And once we collect a lot of reasons why that's the case, we are simply absorbed by a self-doubt that is killing our performance and task completion. And if you don't do those two, failures are inevitable. If you want to learn how to overcome those 6 ways that are killing your performance and productivity from getting the job done and getting a successful business in the first place, subscribe to my free time management tips newsletter at doubletimetodaycom. That is doubletimetodaycom. I'm Chris Diamond. Thanks for stopping by.